Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. In this video, let us discuss about Vice President. So this will be part 1 of Vice President. So in the next parts, we'll be discussing more into Vice President. For example, let's say elections, power and functions, etc. So in this video, we'll be concentrating mostly on the articles which are related to that of Vice President. So this will be important part of our general studies paper 2 under polity section. It will also help us in prelims. So when it comes to Vice President, we have to know that Vice President is second highest constitutional office, second highest position. Second highest position is Vice President. So that means that the highest position is that of President. So whenever we are looking at the executive part, so there are various parts in our Indian polity, right? That is, we'll be looking at executive, and then we'll be looking at constitutional bodies, non-constitutional bodies. All the time you have to read them in comparison. Read them in comparison. Only on the basis of comparison it will be easy for us to answer a lot of questions. So let us come back to this concept only again that we were discussing about Vice President. So Vice President is the second highest office in the country. So Vice President occupies second highest office in the country. Highest office in the country is occupied by President. So Vice President continues to stay in terms for 5 years. 5 years. He serves, actually his term itself or tenure itself is 5 years, but they can continue to be in office irrespective of their expiry of term until the next Vice President comes into place. Until the next Vice President comes into place. So with respect to Vice President and Constitution of India, if you are looking at articles, then there are articles from here, it is important, articles 63 to 73. Articles 63 to 73 deals about Vice President of India. Now, what are those articles? We'll look at them in this part. In the next part, let's start the discussion deeper into Vice President. So, Article 63. This is the first article. What is Article 63? It says that there shall be Vice President of India. There shall be Vice President of India. So this is said in Article 63 only. Next article, Article 64. 63 saying that there shall be Vice President of India. 64 is important because it says that Vice President is ex officio chairman of Council of States. Council of States. He is ex officio chairman of Council of States. Now, for 1 second. Now, there are two terms over here. First one is ex officio. Second one is Council of States. Now, what is Council of States? We know that Council of States means Rajya Sabha. Council of States means Rajya Sabha. Ex officio means automatically. You can remember that as auto. For example, Prime Minister is ex officio chairman of Niti Aayog. So Prime Minister is ex officio chairman of Niti Aayog. That means if ABC becomes Prime Minister today, automatically they are chairman of Niti Aayog. They are serving other purpose also, but automatically they are chairman of Niti Aayog. So similarly, if a person is elected as Vice President, then automatically they become the chairman of Council of States. Automatically they become the chairman of Council of States. So the article itself says that the Vice President shall be ex officio chairman of the Council of States and shall not hold any office of profit. That also is said in the Article 63. Now they are saying that they will be ex officio chairman of Council of States. But if we remember, then another role of Vice President is to act as president. When the president is absent. That is one of the important functions of Vice President. So there are two things which this article is saying. One, The vice president is ex officio chairman of council of states. Another one, what it is saying, it is saying that they should not hold office of profit. I'll just write it as OOP. They should not hold any office of profit. So they should not be holding any office of profit. But this condition is overcome by vice president's role as president. That is, when president is absent, or when vice president is acting, when the vice president is acting as president, or if the vice president is discharging the duties of president which are mentioned under article 65, he shall not perform the duties of office of chairman of council of states, okay, and shall not be entitled to any salary or allowances payable to chairman of council of states under article 97. Let us understand what the article itself is saying over here. Now the article is saying that there should not be any office of profit. Along with that, it is saying that when vice president acts as president, any salary, allowances or benefits which the chairman of council of states get, that vice president will not be getting. Why? Because they are acting as president. Then they will not be getting any salary or allowances, or what? They will be getting whatever is meant for president. So when they act as president, whatever is the allowances and whatever is the benefits which are given to the president, same will be given to vice president. So this thing, that is their salaries and allowances which is entitled to vice president for being chairman of council of states, will not apply when they are acting as president, and that is said in article 97. So we have discussed that in simple words, they automatically become chairman of council of states, but when they are acting as president, nothing related to chairmanship they have to be undertaking. As simple as that. So that they are mentioned. I hope you have understood about article 63 and article 64. Let's move on to article 65 now. Now what does article 65 say? The vice president to act as president or to discharge his functions during casual vacancies in the office or absence of the president. That is, 65 says that vice president acts as president. Vice president acts as president. It also says when. It also says when the president is absent. When the president is absent, that is, there is casual vacancies and there is vacancy. For example, now the president is traveling. At that point of a time, vice president will be discharging the functions of president. That is, there is always president in India. Okay, there is always president in India. So if they are absent, or there is casual vacancy in the office of the president, that time vice president acts as president. Now there are 2 points in this. First one, they are telling if they are absent. Second one, they are saying if there is vacancy. If there is vacancy, correct? First one, they are saying it is absent. Second one, they are saying there is vacancy. Now what is this vacancy? How can there be vacancy? How can vacancy occur? That we have to know. For example, if the sitting president resigns, then the office of president becomes vacant. At that point of a time, vice president acts as president. Or if there is death of the sitting president, at that point of a time, vice president acts as president. Or if the president is removed, that time vice president acts as president. Now in all these cases, vice president themselves will be president until the new president is elected. That means the office of president should not be vacant at any point of a time. Until the new president is elected, vice president themselves will be acting as president. So this says about vacancy. Now next one is related to absent. If they are absent, if the president is absent, that means if they are sick, that is they are suffering with illness, or because of any other cause, or if they are unable to discharge their functions because they are traveling, etc. At that point of a time, vice president acts as president. When vice president will be acting as president in that case? Until the president assumes their office again. Until the president assumes their office, vice president themselves will be acting as president. Now, the vice president shall, during and in respect of, in the period while he is acting as president, that is, in case of absentee also, or in case of vacancy also, whenever vice president is acting as president, all such emoluments, allowances, privileges which are to be given to the president, the vice president gets because they are acting as president. So I hope you have understood three articles. So let's quickly revise them. Article 63 says that there shall be Vice President of India. 64 says that there will be ex officio chairman of, Vice President is ex officio chairman of Council of States, that is Rajya Sabha. And when they are acting as a president, whatever are the salaries, allowances which are given to the Council of States chairman, that is not given, because at that point of a time they are acting as president and they'll be getting salaries, emoluments and remunerations which are meant for the president. Article 65 says that when vice president can act as president, that is when the sitting president is absent or the office is vacant, at that point of a time vice president acts as president. So we have discussed three important articles. In the next part, in the part 2, we'll discuss a few more articles, because there are from article 63 to 73. Now we have finished only 3. At the end of this e-paper, there are a few multiple choice questions for you to answer. You can attempt those. Thank you. I'll see you soon in the next one.